Okay, so welcome to another edition of Let's Fix a Computer. This laptop that we're going to be working on today is the HP Pavilion ZV6000. It's a really old one, so I wouldn't blame you at all for not being interested one bit in how to fix it. But for those rare people out there who are interested, may as well give it a go. So this old computer was given to me by a friend of mine who just couldn't get it to work, so we'll go ahead and pop it open. Now, one of the things that's clear is that there are plenty of screws. They're mostly around the periphery, a couple in the middle, so we're going to unscrew those. Now we're going to take a look, and I'm pretty sure that there are no screws underneath the bumper, but before we try and pull it off, we'll give it a go and take a look. Now, one thing to remember while you're doing this is that you definitely need to disconnect not only the wall outlet, which I think should go without saying, but also to remember to disconnect the battery. You should usually do this before you start getting in there. I remembered after a second or so, so nobody's perfect. Another thing to remember is that you don't want to be discharging static electricity while you're doing your work. So be sure to have some metal around that you can, tap your hand to discharge any static electricity. I actually like to sit on a metal chair, and I keep one of my legs pressed up against the leg of the chair pretty much most of the time. It helps me make sure that I don't build up any static and don't damage any of the computer's components by releasing any. So let's see. The RAM compartment here. The RAM is just one stick. There's only one slot in here. RAM, of course, is pretty straightforward. If you haven't done it before, it's really easy. You just pop off the metal clips on the side and then pull the RAM out at a 45-degree angle. And then same thing for sticking back in. You put it in at a 45-degree angle with respect to the board, of course, and then press it down until the clips latch into place. Now, let's see. The hard drive is next. We're going to just pop off the cover here, and it's secured in a metal sleeve, which has a couple screws of its own that attaches it to the hard drive bay. Fortunately, they put some numbers there to help you see, so we'll just go ahead and unscrew those, and then we lift it up just ever so slightly and gently tug it out. Now, the next thing to do here is to undo these screws that are hidden underneath the hard drive caddy. Just like where the battery was, it had some screws underneath the battery. This one's got some screws under here. So that should be everything, I think. Let's give it a try. Not working that well. Well, I know what we'll do. We'll go ahead and... this one here. This screw here holds in the optical drive. So we'll just go ahead and unscrew that and pull it out. There we go. There we go. Be sure to try and keep a handle on where your screws are. I really like to keep the screws as close to in their original position as possible. So I'll screw them back into pieces that I take off, leave them in the covers, and so on. This makes it really easy, especially when you're dealing with laptops. They've got screws of many different sizes, and this just helps you get around that whole problem entirely. So let's see here. Let's try and... Oh yes, there is one screw underneath the DVD drive here that we'll want to take out. I think that's all of them, so let's give a look-see. Alright, so you see this, this silver thing across the front of the laptop. This one's actually partially broken, not by me, I can assure you. But what you want to do is, this is clearly holding on the back cover. So if we look at the broken part, we can see that there are lots of these little clips right here that clip into. Hang on, and I'll get a zoom in. Alright, so here we go. You can see these little plastic clips. Now, this is a job for a black stick, and you may have recalled me mentioning a black stick in one of my previous videos. It's this excellent little plastic thing right here. It's made out of plastic, but I suppose I already said that. But it has a wedge shape on one side and a little prodding shape on the other, and a little area here where you can hook some small wires and such with. Now, it is excellent for this type of work, and I highly recommend you buy one. It's well worth the investment. Now I'll go ahead and give a little pry here and just pry this up so that it'll be easier for this to come off.